This is I Only Touch Greatness Remix. Scan the code and follow.
Yo, you was one of my favorite MCs off the Def Squad, including with my favorite MCs, Redman and Eric Sermon. And I used to have the El Nino album. I used to bang the shit out of your verse on Checking Me Out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Print.
Yeah, and I was looking at it, man, and I wanted to even talk about that, man, because I really wanted to jump into that one because how was it working? How do y'all come up with the Def Squad?
Well, nice question. I knew K Solo. He's from Central Islip, Long Island. Eric Sermon and Eric Paris is from Brentwood, EPMD. So I knew that Paris and Eric Sermon knew K Solo. He's from Central Islip. So I asked K Solo, yo, can you take me to Eric's house? Because I knew Eric's mother moved to Central Islip and he moved in the back of Low Avenue. So I said, yo, take me to Eric. He said, yo, meet me over there at Eric's. So, okay, I went to Low Avenue. I was driving. I seen him. I was driving. I seen him. I pulled over, made a U-turn, and followed him to Eric's house. I went to Eric's house, knocked on the door. Then the green-eyed bandit come up the steps. He saw Solo. He said, what up? He said, yo, I brought a guy named Keith Murray here to come see you. He said, all right, come downstairs. Eric was down there making music. Eric played the music. I start rapping. And the rest is history.
Right, because I love everything that y'all have did. Okay, to K Solo, to Eric Sermon, to you, to Redman, to God. I wish I had my sign. I have a sign with I did when I was in high school of the bricks, and I had like Redman on the thing. And the thing was like, how was it working on the El Nino album? Because that was a pretty epic album to me.
Yeah, that was 1998. Def Squad's El Nino peaked at #2 and went certified gold.
Right.
Yeah, well, that album came about because we did a song called Rapper's Delight.
Yeah, loved it.
An album called There's the Beginning, when they asked a group of all the groups to do records from the era before them. Like Wu-Tang did what they did, The Message.
Yeah, The Message. Yeah.
So in the beginning. So we did that single, then it was a single, then Def Jam asked us to do an album. So we did an album. But Keith Murray came along after Redman and Eric. Redman, EPMD broke up. Redman went with Eric. Then he brought me around Eric Sermon and Redman, and we was doing records for Eric's album and Redman album. And then we started collaborating, and then we did the single for the beginning of rap. And then Def Jam asked us to do an album, so we did it.
Yeah, Rapper's Delight was awesome. One of my favorites. And the cover was amazing.
Right. And plus, with the album cover, and just the way y'all did it, y'all like truly sprung like hip hop back in that golden era, because it was still the golden era, like with 98, you know what I'm saying, it was coming to the, the millennium and stuff. And whenever I was looking at it, and I was like doing the Rapper's Delight beat too, and y'all killed it. Like for real, how was it feeling like doing your own remake of a Sugar Hill classic?
It made sense because remember, Eric Sermon, Keith Murray, Redman, and the Sugar Hill Gang was 3 members. So we was all the 3 members of the Sugar Hill Gang, so it made sense.
And it was
that album was called In the Beginning It Was Rap, right?
Yes.
The Odd Time. So growing up in Long Island, how was that?
Well, I'm from Roosevelt, Long Island, And then I moved to Central Islip, Long Island. It's just like any other place. You got your family, you got your broken family, you got your domestic violence, you got your good times, you got your bad times.
And you were like the leader of the LOD gang back in the day, I read somewhere.
No, I was never a leader. LOD never had a leader.
Oh.
We just a group of young men who hung out with each other, and people gave us a name and called us a gang. But, you know, that's how that goes.
Who influenced you as a music artist growing up?
Oh, wow. Influenced me. My Uncle T-Roy, the original B-boy. He used to listen to all the hip-hop records. And then I started listening to what he listened to. Then Mr. Magic and Red Alert would play records on the radio after daytime radio. My grandmother, Darling Mae, would go to work at Patterson Home, and I would listen to all the records. So I would listen to Run DMC, Dougie Fresh, Slick Rick was the first two records I bought. The King of Rock and The Show. And then I would go from the King of Rock.
Yeah,
there's no higher.
Second MCs could call me Sire.
Sire.
Ooh, that's nice. Yo, those legends right there, with an iconic legend.
The G-Rap. Cool G-Rap was the first person who I had wrote a 16 from, because I emulated the song Men at Work. And then Rakim was another one, Follow the Leader, and things of that nature. Check out my melody. And then you had Kim 10 the Third. But Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 was the first people that I really listened to.
Yeah. And you know what's so crazy? I asked Mr. Fab Five Freddy, who was actually like the first rap song, and like first underground song, and who was the first mainstream song. He said that the first mainstream song was Sugar Hill Gang. But then he said the first underground song, but really the first song was by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5.
Yeah. But remember, you can't forget Kool Herc. He brought hip-hop from Jamaica.
Yeah. I mean, he was
Uncle Kool Herc.
The birth.
Yeah, he's my
he
uncle.
was the birth. Yeah,
I talk to Kool Herc to this day.
Yeah, that's good. God, the God of all gods of hip hop. I think everybody should know Kool Herc. If they want to be a part of this business, I think they should all know.
If you don't know Kool Herc, you don't know hip hop.
You don't know hip hop, for real.
Well, I guess I could say that, but now you know. But you should know Kool Herc.
Who in the music industry helped you get to the next level, or like got your foot in the door, or opened the door a little bit for you?
Well, it was a group called JBC Force from Strong Island. JBC Force, a guy named Kirk Gazelle. Look him up. JBC Force. They made a song called Strong Island. He was the first one who really put me behind the microphone, and I made a demo. I was named MC Do Damage. If you look that up, I got a 6-song EP online, MC Do Damage.
Damn it.
My uncle, born from Brooklyn, used to bodyguard for Big Daddy Kane. I was like 15, 16. I went from Long Island to Brooklyn, and I would tag along with my cousin Driss. And Uncle Bourne used to bodyguard for Big Daddy Kane. And I started being around the music and the videos. If you look at Long Live the Kane video, I'm the guy with the North Carolina hat in the front. You don't see my face, but you see my hat.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'm going to look at that because I love looking at all stuff like that. And this was one question I really wanted to do, man, because you killed that with all those Flip Mode meets Death Squad. I think that song, man, and when Busted...
wait, my barber just said, I need to do that at the show. Yes, my barber just mentioned that. He went crazy, right? bro.
Hey,
Yeah, wait,
when I got
straight
here,
nuts.
I listened to that Flip Mode Death Squad song.
Yeah.
Jamal tears it up, Redman tears it up, and then
Tears it
he
up.
goes banana on it.
Yeah.
That's
He
a
goes
hard song.
bananas on it. Yeah, I was like, yo, when I heard that song, I was already loving because I shot you. Because I think you, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna talk about you and Prodigy too. You and Prodigy and the rest of them just killed that. But when I heard Flip Mode Squad meets Death Squad, I was like, how did that come? Like, how was that chemistry with Busta as it is? Because I think, like, if you have Busta or Redman or Method Man on the album, that makes you want to do more. And you too, makes you want to do even nicer. Like, how was that with that in that studio?
It's called friendly competition.
Yeah.
So you gotta be on point, or you will get slaughtered on that microphone.
Did you hear the verse on that song when he said, "My crew will pull up, jump out, and park anywhere"?
Anyway, I know.
Like police.
I was like, yo. And when I heard that, my heart dropped.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God, the beat done took it and everything. Like I needed my resuscitation from that. That's how bad it was. Like I was like, yo, this is the reason I love hip hop.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I heard that and I was
yeah. It was crazy.
Nasty.
And we all was in the studio together. It wasn't no senior verse, nothing. We wrote it all right there.
All together, right there. Yeah, because at them times, you didn't have to email something. You just had, you know what I'm saying, you wanted to. I think that's what's missing with the chemistry now with like that, because the friendly competition was usually everybody was all in the same studio.
Not picking
but
up.
Now, people is down like that, you know what I'm saying? I think they get the lack of that, you know what I'm saying? Because like the bars, I mean, some people still do it. But when I heard that, I was like, dude, that was like a dynasty.
That's what we were. That kind of same thing was what Busy Bone was talking about when we interviewed Busy Bone last week. That he says being in studio with Pac and Big, it was such a amazing experience, and just the being in studio together, as opposed to now people just you do your 16 on Pro Tools and you send it away and never hear from it again. You don't know where it's gone. You're not actually vibing with the person in the studio and getting to be friendly with them, right?
Yeah, because you send a song, you fly it, and then it don't sound the same because there's different sounds, different microphones you use, different engineers. It's patchy. Some people can tell. So the engineer and the MCs that use the music got to be like, yo, what music? Some people use Pro Tools. Some people use Reason. Some people use a different mic. Some people use cardioid mics. Some people use ribbon mics. You know what I'm saying? It's different mics, different styles. But a good engineer and a good rapper, when you capture the sound, it should sound the same. You can tell when it's choppy. Yeah.
What do you record in Pro Tools?
I record in Pro Tools. Yes.
Okay, that's what I do too. Yeah. So your debut single came out on Jive. The most beautiful thing in the world was 1994. Yeah, 1994. It got 4 mics in the source.
Yeah, they should give me 5 mic checks in all due respect.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I said that in the lyric.
The most beautiful thing in the world is just like that.
What kind of music do we find on your playlist nowadays?
Well, Keith Murray.
That's a
Bob Marley. John Lennon. Eric Sermon. Redman. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Papoose, G-Rap, and a lot of R&B, dope R&B records. And I listen to the radio to see what's going on. I like, the new rappers that's out now. I listen production because what's going on.
Okay.
Speaking of that too, I wanted to talk about the Heath Keith Murray album, which I had that on my wall right next to years and years. I used to cut that off, and I've had it on my wall for like years. I just finally took it down because I moved. And I wanted to know, how was it working with, skits with Jamie Foxx?
Oh, wow. It was amazing. We went in the studio and we did our thing. Yeah, he was amazing. A lot of people don't know that was Jamie Foxx. That's big. That's dope.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I was
Fox
like, Jamie?
That's Def Jam album.
Yeah, and that's when you know it's a Def Jam and a Jamie Foxx and Keith Murray type of funny skits. Like, how? Because I know just working with Jamie Foxx, I know you had to laugh with the skits because the skits are straight funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I actually went to play basketball. I actually did that in Jamie Foxx's house in LA.